Hello, welcome to Top Stories today. Health associations in the country on Sunday said the healthcare system in Nigeria is below global standard amidst a poor health indices, poor access to health and dwindling economic situation. The Minister of Sports Development, John Owan-Eno, has tasked the Super Falcons of Nigeria to defeat their South African counterparts in the second leg of their Olympic qualifiers tomorrow Tuesday in Pretoria. Tottenham has moved into fourth place with a 3-1 win over Nottingham Forest yesterday, Sunday. Welcome to News Hour, this hour on TV Sapienza with me, Chioma Vickwemeka. The news in full. In health, we begin. Health associations in Nigeria in the country yesterday Sunday said healthcare system in Nigeria is below global standard amidst a poor health indices, poor access to health, and a dwindling economic situation. This was as the World Health Organization said the right to health of millions is increasingly coming under threat. The global health body raised their alarm that diseases and disasters loom large as causes of death and disability as the world commemorates the 2024 World Health Day with the theme, My Health, My Right. The Medical and Dental Consultants Association of Nigeria, the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors, the Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria, and the National Association of Nigerian Nurses and Midwives said Nigeria is not where it was meant to be in healthcare delivery. They noted that the country is still grappling with a lot of problems, though efforts are being made to improve the healthcare system. We move right now to Rivers State, where the Police State Command has warned feuding parties in the political crisis in the state to shun acts capable of causing a breakdown of peace. The command said it would not sit and allow any individual or group to disrupt the existing peace in the state under any guise or pretext. The spokesperson for the State Police Command, Grace Iringe-Koko, stated this in a statement issued in Port Harcourt yesterday, Sunday, and made available to newsmen. Iringe-Koko, a superintendent of police, said the command was aware of recent comments by politicians in the state which were capable of igniting violence and therefore advised them to be guided. In politics, the 2023 presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, has said he has no plan to leave the party ahead of the 2027 general election. Peter Obi said he was committed to resolving the internal crisis rocking the Labour Party, stressing that he was a man of peace. Peter Obi spoke in Gombe State on Sunday shortly after inaugurating a borehole he donated to the Ram Market in Tike Pontami. At its recent national convention in Newi, Anambra State, the Julius Abure-led Labour Party had said it reserved its 2027 presidential ticket for Obi. However, the Nigeria Labour Congress, which wanted Abure out, had insisted that his re-election would not stand, declaring that the convention was invalid. The NLC spokesman, Benson Opa, also said Obi was free to leave the Labour Party to further his presidential ambition on any other political platform. We move right now to Kogi State, where the state government has attributed the delay in the distribution of the federal government palliatives in the state to the fact that the state has not received the allocation in full. The Executive Secretary of the Kogi State Emergency Management Agency, Alhaji Mukhtar Atima, in a statement yesterday, Sunday, disclosed that the state had received approximately 95% of the palliative items from the federal government through the National Emergency Management Agency. He blamed the delay on transporters engaged by the federal government. We're following up on this story and we'll keep updating you. Away from that, a 28-year-old solo driver and travel content creator, Pelumi Nubi, who embarked on a road trip from London to Lagos in a Peugeot 107, said she commenced the journey to open up West Africa to other parts of the world. Nubi, upon her arrival in Lagos yesterday, Sunday, expressed happiness about the size of fanfare that greeted her arrival and also noted that she embarked on the journey to inspire young women. Nubi began her journey in January from England, crossed into France, Spain, and headed for Morocco, then through the West Sahara Desert, Mauritania, Senegal, the Gambia, Guinea-Bissau, Guinea, Sierra Leone, Liberia, Mali, Burkina Faso, Cote d'Ivoire, Ghana, Togo, Benin Republic, before finally entering Nigeria. The solo driver was on Sunday given a heroic welcome at the Nigerian-Benin border by fans and Lagos state officials. The federal government has declared Tuesday, tomorrow and Wednesday, April 9 and 10, 2024 as public holidays to mark the Eid al-Fitr celebration. The Minister of Interior, Olubimi Tunji Ojo, disclosed this in a statement on Sunday by the ministry's permanent secretary, Aishetu Ndayaku. The minister congratulated all Muslim Ummah for the successful completion of the fast in the holy month of Ramadan. Tunji Ojo called on Muslims to imbibe and practice the virtues of kindness, love, tolerance, peace, good neighborliness, and compassion as exemplified by the Holy Prophet Muhammad. We move things right now to Anambra State, where the Anambra State Governor's wife, Noye Soludo, has urged wives to maintain a peaceful environment and make their home a safe haven for the family members. The governor's wife, who was speaking in Oka, explained that wives have primary responsibility of building a peaceful home that promotes the bond of matrimony and gives the spouse a strong mental focus to succeed. Mrs. Soludo, while explaining that there is a whole lot that a wife can bring to the table in a marital relationship, pointed out that the most important among the list is taking actions that bring peace in the union and then peace of mind to her husband. The governor's wife also noted that instituting the right household culture begins from how mothers maintain the home and those living in it, noting that a healthy and successful husband has a touch of marital peace. She noted that with women being the perfect homemakers, the homestead can get even better if both partners understand that they both have the responsibility of making it so. Mrs. Soludo, however, maintained that the ideology of a perfect marriage is incomplete without peace, love, mutual respect, sacrifice, and trust, stressing that to achieve each goal, the couple should love and respect each other. So, in Anambra State, the Commissioner of Police in Anambra, Mr. Aderemi Adeoye, has described journalists in the state as critical partners in the journey of sanitizing Anambra of crimes and criminalities. Mr. Adeoye said these during the April Congress of the Nigeria Union of Journalists, NUJ, Anambra State Council, where members held an interactive session with him ahead of his retirement next month. The interactive session was conceived and organized by the Council to avail the Commissioner of Police an opportunity to give the scorecard of his services and success stories, as well as a parley with Anambra journalists before he finally bows out of service after serving in the Nigeria Police Force for 35 years. Addressing the Congress, the Police Commissioner, represented by a Deputy Commissioner of Police, Mr. Akin Fakorede, explained that he brought about improved human relations and the welfare in the police force, therefore, and thereby bringing back confidence in the force. Mr. Adeoye, while appreciating NUJ Anambra State Council for kickstarting activities marking his retirement with the program, noted that he was able to record success because of the robust relationship he enjoyed with members of the Anambra NUJ, whom he said have always communicated to the public activities of the command aimed at reducing crime to its barest minimum. Earlier, the Anambra State NUJ Chairman Dr. Odogu Emeka Odogu commended Mr. Adeoye for the turn of events in Anambra since he came to the state last year in terms of security of lives and property, adding that he has succeeded in bringing a peace to a large extent in Anambra State. Away from Anambra State and Nigeria, we move to New Zealand, where it has tightened work visa rules in response to unsustainable migration levels, according to authorities. Low-skilled applicants now have to fulfill English language requirements and are allowed to stay on for 3 years, down from 5 previously. A near record of 173,000 people migrated to New Zealand last year. Under the tightened rules, applicants for most work visas now have to fulfill minimum skills and work experience requirements. Authorities have also decided to axe earlier plans to add 11 roles such as welders, fitters, and turners to the list of occupations that would qualify for a fast track to residency. Employers are responsible for ensuring that migrants meet the specified qualifications and skill requirements before giving them a job. 2 people have been arrested in Nigeria over an alleged sextortion attempt against an Australian schoolboy who took his own life. Australian police say the teenage victim had traded explicit images with a person online before they began making threats and demanding money. After a global investigation, the pair allegedly responsible were tracked down in Nigeria, where they will face court. Details of the boy's age and where he lived in New South Wales have not been released publicly to protect his family's privacy. New South Wales police described their alleged extortionists as young males and said they had threatened to send photos to the teenagers supporters, friends and family if he did not pay Australian $500, that's £260 and $330. The boy died by suicide on the same evening late last year. Australian detectives worked with their counterparts in South Africa and Nigeria to trace the suspected perpetrators to a slum in Nigeria with a population of over 25 million people. Evidence that the pair had also tried to extort other people was found on their phones, according to SMH. They have been charged over the alleged extortion of the Australian boy, but not his death. There have been several cases in Canada and the US in recent years of teenagers who have killed themselves after being targeted by sextortion plots. Tens of thousands of people have been evacuated from 10 northern regions in Kazakhstan because of floods in the area. The authorities have said this. The worse than usual seasonal floods have been caused by melting snow across the border in Russia. An oil refinery in the city of Ursk, 1,800 kilometers southeast of Moscow, has stopped operations because of the floods. The Kremlin has warned that water levels in some areas are rising faster than at any time in the last 100 years. Spokesman Dmitry Peskov said President Putin had ordered the governors of Siberian regions of Tyumen and Kurgan further to the east to prepare for expected sharp rise in water levels and inevitable floods. Russian authorities said on Saturday that they had evacuated almost 4,500 people in Orenburg region in the area around Ursk. We move right now to sports, where Paris Saint-Germain is willing to pay Victor Osimhen's reported 111.5 million euros, about 178 billion naira, release clause to sign the Nigeria striker, 25, from Napoli this summer. Napoli President Aurelio De Laurentiis has repeatedly said he cannot prevent Osimhen from leaving the club this summer, as he also admitted the striker has a release clause in his contract. The 25-year-old's future has been the subject of speculation, with Nigerian international being linked with a move away from Italy. We are following up on the story and we keep updating you. Away from that, the Minister of Sports Development, John Owan Eno, has tasked the Super Falcons of Nigeria to defeat their South African counterparts in the second leg of the Olympic qualifiers on Tuesday in Pretoria. The minister made this known in a statement on Sunday in Abuja. The Super Falcons, who had not qualified for women football event of the Olympics in 16 years, piped the Bayana of South Africa 1-0 in the first leg in Abuja on Friday. And stressed that having missed out of the 2012, 2016 and 2020 Olympic Games, it was time to reclaim their sport on the international stage. He emphasized the importance of self-belief and resilience in achieving victory on Tuesday. The minister encouraged the team to soar to new heights and ultimately break the 16-year Olympic jinx with the female national team. He consequently called on all Nigerians to rally behind the team, stressing the power of unity of peoples in the national assignment ahead. Tottenham has moved into fourth place with a 3-1 win over Nottingham Forest yesterday, Sunday. Ange Postecoglou's side took the lead thanks to an own goal from Nottingham Forest defender Murillo in the 15th minute. Timo Werner's low cross into the 6-yard box caused panic, and Murillo's stretching attempt to clear diverted the ball into his own net. Chris Wood equalized in the 27th minute with a clinical strike from Anthony Elanga's pass for his 12th league goal this season. But Mikey Van bagged Tottenham's second in the 52nd minute with a blistering strike from just inside the area. And 6 minutes later, Pedro Porro produced a powerful half volley from 14 yards to put the result beyond doubt. Tottenham is now above 5th place, Aston Villa on goal difference, and also hold a game in hand in the race to qualify for the Champions League via a top 4 finish. With our story, we'll wrap it up on this hour's News Hour. Let's take a quick reminder of our top stories. We told you the health associations in the country on Sunday said the healthcare system in Nigeria is below global standard amidst poor health indices, poor access to health and dwindling economic situation. The Minister of Sports Development, John Owan Eno, has tasked the Super Falcons of Nigeria to defeat their South African counterparts in the second leg of their Olympic qualifiers on Tuesday in Pretoria. Tottenham moved into fourth place with a 3-1 win over Nottingham Forest yesterday, Sunday. That's it on News Hour this hour. On behalf of the entire editorial news and production team, my name is Choma Vicchukwemeka. I'll return at exactly 4 p.m. Nigerian time for yet another news time. Stay with us here on TV Sapiencia. Kindly be security conscious, be on the alert. Whatever it is you do, ensure that you stay on the right path of the law. Do have a great time. See you at 4.